I wanted to come on here and make this video because I am just in such this like romantic, lovey-dovey just energy. I don't know why. I'm just like in my Empress energy. I did my nails, okay? And these are like my Empress Taurus inspired nails. So I'm really happy about that. I'll take this off later in the video. But I just have to get out of here. Let me stop recording. All right, yep, this is gonna be it. I'm gonna record from here. Okay, so we are good to go. I just wanted to get the positioning right. I look right. All right, so I'm finally back. I wanted to come on here because in my last clip, I think I said that I'm really like in my Taurus, like Empress energy. And like, that's why I have this green shirt on because, you know, green is like earthy, you know. I mean, this specifically gives me like mint vibes. So, you know, I'm just kind of in that springy, light, empressy sort of energy. And I've been thinking a lot about like the good book. You know, I think that the Holy Bible is the good book. That is what I call it, like casually. But it's the good book. It's just the good book. And I am thinking a lot about the Proverbs 31 woman because I remember when I was in the Hebrew Israelite thing, that came up like regularly. And I don't know, it was just described like being with those folks and that camp stuff, like so much stuff I feel got taken out of context, like a million %. But that's what happens when you don't read, you know what I mean? Like, you have to learn for yourself. That's what the good book says, you know? So I wanted to read from Proverbs 31 and just obviously read it because I feel like this woman that is being described, I feel like that's what I aspire to be. Like, I want to be that woman who can make sound decisions for her family. Like, I do that already, you know? And I guess in today's day and age, I feel like I'm a woman who wants to be able to count on her partner, her masculine partner, to be able to do what I do, but like even more methodically, right? Yeah, I feel like, no, I want my masculine partner to be a master of this realm. Because I don't be having time to like step out there. Like, let me be in the background. Let me work from the shadows like I'm meant to do, you know? So I wanted to read from Proverbs 31 because this woman is really inspirational. And I don't even know how other women are, you know, like I said, I don't do like that campy stuff anymore. I don't know how like other women operate. I sincerely don't know what other women are after these days, because from what I've seen or like from what I've witnessed, the only reason why most people are even in relationships is because it's a survival mechanism. Like, obviously it's easier to survive when you're partnered up with someone, and I guess that's why people get together and then stay together even when they're like even when they're not even getting along. And I think that is understandable. That is understandable. For me, I cannot live like that. I don't ever in my life want to be in a relationship based on survival, like ever. I only want to be in relationships based on like straight up connection, friendship, trust, a foundation that was built from like the ground up. That's all I'm interested in. So anyway, I wanted to read about this woman because it's really interesting what the good book says about what a virtuous woman is. And I know we live on this like planet and people like are not interested. They're just not interested in a virtuous woman. They do not care. They do not have preferences. Now I'm not gonna sit up here and say I'm a virtuous woman. I'm a woman. I'm a goddess incarnate. Okay, I have a good side, I have a bad side, light side, dark side. I am multi-dimensional. So I don't even know if some of these things, you know, that are in this description, you know, I can't even say I do, but whatever. That's not the point. The point is that I want to share this information because there's a whole audience, not even just an audience, there's a whole plethora of women running around outside right now. And I know for a fact they didn't have like good guidance. I know for a fact. I'm one. I also did not have good guidance. And so I had to guide myself through the darkness. Okay. So I just want to share this because if anyone is like at least aspiring to be the best woman they can be, I feel like the Proverbs 31 woman is as close and as precious as a woman can come. You know what I mean? So without further ado, I will go ahead and read. I'm sorry. I'm laughing because I'm going to read from the King James. I'm going to read from the King James Version and Okay. My God. Okay, let me get to the verse 10. I'm reading from the King James Version, Proverbs 31. We're starting at verse 10. I could read the other 9 verses before, but I'm starting at the good part, okay? So let's just get there. It says, "Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. She is like the merchant's ships. She bringeth her food from afar. She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. She considereth a field and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands she planteth a vineyard. She girdeth her loins with strength and strengtheneth her arms." Strengtheneth. Why did I smoke? Okay. She considereth a field and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands she planteth a vineyard. She girdeth her loins with strength and strengtheneth her arms. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night. She layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. She stretcheth out her hand to the poor. Yeah. She reacheth forth her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. She maketh herself coverings of tapestry. Her clothing is silk and purple. Her husband is known in the gates. When he sitteth among the elders of the land. That right there, that part is just so fire to me. That is just so honorable. But anyway, continuing. She maketh fine linen and selleth it, and delivereth girdles unto the merchant. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. Is that something about being lazy? I feel like that has something to do with like being lazy. The bread of idleness. Anyway, her children arise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praiseth her. Aww. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Most High, she shall be praised. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. I love that. I really love that. Isn't that amazing? Like, that is so pretty. This woman that's being described in Proverbs 31, I think it's the description. Like, I can go through this thing with you and like break down each line. But like here are the things that like stand out. You know what I mean? Like, she has honor about her. And I mean, the most important part is her partner. Like, I just really want to like highlight that part, because again, when we're talking about like relationships in 2022, this is the year that we're in. I know I'm off put. Like, I know I'm different. Like, I know. I know that I'm different than like the regular, in that I look for something else, but I need something sacred. Like, I need something important and deep and true. It's not a joke. It's just not a joke. Like, my life, and especially specifically my love life, is very sacred to me. So I just think that some things that stand out to me, and like, you know, like for example, her price is far above rubies. I've been watching this show. It's not deep like that, but the thing that I really love about it is the courtship, and it's called Bridgerton. But I went ahead and I watched it because I wanted to see like the courtship. Some of the things just don't really make sense to me, but again, it's entertainment. I know. I think it's important to watch that because today, like, I require courtship. I feel like, in a sense, I always have. It's just like something that's in me. I need to see some sort of investment from whoever's trying to get up in my face. Like, I just need to see that in order to even begin to believe that you're serious about me. So it's just funny how when it says for her price is far above rubies, I think that alludes to not only just like probably the dowry that had to be paid for her, but also just the fact, like, her self-worth, you know, like the diamond. It's funny because in Bridgerton, like, the diamond is the one that has like the most stuff, or is like the prettiest one or something, chosen by the queen, the chosen lady, okay, of the season. And it's just interesting to me how that is. But I also think that alludes to just like your self-worth and just like that woman that you become. Like, women have to go into womanhood too, you know what I mean? It's not just always about like men becoming men. Girls have to become women too, you know? So I really like that part. I like the part where it says that her husband trusts her. Like, I just don't know, these young men, you know, they seem troubled is the word I will just use for now. And, you know, I just kind of wonder if it's because, you know, they didn't get that love, like real love, true love. And I feel like not a lot of people understand what, like, I have my ideal basically of what true love is. Like, I mean, after time, after healing, and after a lot of work on myself, I have like a really loose style of loving. It's a really free sort of love. It's like, I can't clench and hold on to you. Like, I have to let you do whatever's to your heart's content, basically. I can't try to step in your way and try to act like your love for me should mean that you're not doing what makes you happy, because I feel like that's the most trusting type of love, right? I don't know. I just think, well, that's what I think about when I read this. I think about like just, I just don't understand why today, like, people get into relationships, and not only get into relationships, but stay in relationships with people that they just do not trust. And I'm like, to me, I have no idea what the logic is behind that. I really just don't. And if it's to like be able to afford the bills, like, move in with your girlfriends, okay? Or move in with your homies, you know, like, come on. I mean, hey, come on. Anyway, the next part that really stood out to me, again, I don't even want to make this video long. I could probably keep it to like 25 minutes. I don't know. But it says, she considereth a field and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands she planteth a vineyard. Like, I really love that because, well, first of all, she considereth a field and buyeth it. I love that. Like, I'm not sure if that necessarily means that she got her own, okay, and she is independent and she knows how to find out if a plot of land is like is even like considerable and even beneficial for her, or if her husband, again, that trusts her, if he gives her the allowance, you know what I mean, and he's like, you know what, that's my wife, like, I'm gonna go ahead and give her whatever it is, and then she's gonna go buy it, and I can trust, literally, I trust that she's gonna make the right decision. That right there, that's just all the way turned to me. That either way, like either of those scenarios is like totally cool. And I feel like, well, again, this is like, we live in this like different type of era where it's like not a lot of men, I mean, there are a lot of men trust, but not like, it's not the norm, I guess, for like men, like in the younger age bracket. It's not like the norm to, you know, like have your ish together. To have your ish together before you go ahead. I'm sorry, somebody's calling me. To have your ish together before you try and look for a relationship. It's just not the norm. Niggas be doing it all the way backwards. They be looking for a relationship before they have like their responsibilities together. And then, well, we see where the state of affairs are in the world today. So anyway, when it said that she plants a vineyard, I'm just like, gardening is just like one of the most, at least for me, I only just started getting into gardening this year, but it is like one of the most, like, I guess, nurturing things that somebody can do. Like, I am responsible for these plants, okay? They cannot get up and go get their own water, okay? I'm responsible for their life. I'm responsible for their health. I had a thyme plant that was straight up dying because I was mistreating it. Oh my God. Yeah, the gardening. I think that that's very therapeutic. I think it's very nurturing. And I think it's, you know, just one way a woman, if she was at least wanting to use her natural born feminine power and feminine energy, she could, you know, tend to a garden, because that is a really, at least again, for me, in my experience, it feels really good. So again, this video is running kind of long already, and I already want to like be able to cut it. So, and I'm also losing the light. Like I don't want to turn on my fake light. I want to keep using this natural lighting because, well, I mean, you see me, right? Anyway, not many more parts that I want to look at. I just also see that, you know, portion unto her maidens, the generosity, giving a portion to her maidens. Like, if I had maidens up in the castle, okay, they would be taken care of because they're taking care of me, you know? Anyway, we're coming to the end. She makes herself coverings of tapestry. If I had learned how to sew, maybe I could do something cute like that, you know? I could always learn to sew, I know, but yeah, she reacheth forth her hands to the needy. She stretches out her hand to the poor. I don't really understand that part. Maybe one day I'll evolve and grow into that. I'm sorry, but it is just way too beautiful outside. I need you guys to just see the beauty. Like, this is what it looks like in my house right now. Can you even see? Not really, but it's pretty. You can't really tell, but it's really pretty outside. Like, it's an orange sunset. Like, you can see the shadow on me, right? Sun is setting, and it's just such a nice, like, I don't know, it just feels so good. Anyway, I do want to wrap this up. Yeah, the giving to the needy and the poor. Like, I don't know, if somebody off the streets comes up to me asking me for money, it's a no every single time. Again, I'm Takanya with my energy, so. Anyway, she maketh herself covering the tapestry. Her husband is known in the gates when he sitteth among the elders of the land. Ugh, I just love that part so much. Like, I noticed about myself, I'm just drawn to older people. I like to spend my time in the company of people who are much older than me, because I feel old as hell. I don't understand how I'm even in my 20s. I really don't. Like, I feel like I'm more like in my 200s or 300s. That's what I feel like. But I hang out with older people because they just, mentally, I feel like we're in the same place. But the fact that the husband with the elders in the gates, it just seems like that's a husband that seeks wise counsel. I love that. I mean, men don't even operate like that today. Just like men, I'm sorry, but they be, and that's okay. You know, everybody does their thing. Anyway, I'm coming to the end. She maketh fine linen and selleth it, and delivereth girdles unto the merchant. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. I really love that. The strength and the honor, that's really important, because it's just like, that's metaphoric, obviously. Like, obviously that's a metaphor. But it's still very important, because it really is discussing. It is discussing like her aura. To me, when they say that, that is discussing, that's talking about her aura, like who she is when she steps up in the joint, like when she walks up in the place, like before, like when they say your reputation precedes you or something like that. But when I see strength and honor are her clothing, that is just wow. Like, who doesn't want to be a woman like that? You know, like, who seriously does not want to be a woman like that, to be respected like that? That's so tight. What else? She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. So yeah, that part I feel like I really resonate with. I am a very kind person, literally, at first. Just be someone that is genuine and high in integrity, and I don't have to jump bad on you. I mean, it's really easy. I mean, it's just that simple. I don't seek to hurt people on purpose. Like, I don't believe in like bullying people. I don't believe in treating people like they're less than. I believe that we're all humans, and we're all on this earth together, and you have to interact with people. You have neighbors and things like that. And I think the best thing that you can do is just live in a way that draws the least amount of drama to you. At least that's how I think. That's how I would want that for myself. She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. When I see that, I think like, okay, she's not lazy. Like, she keeps the house, you know, up to code, up to standard, clean, nice, tidy, stuff like that. Am I all the way there? No. No, I am not. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. I have a little baby, and sometimes I just do not feel like cleaning up today. Like, I will get to that later. I will get to it later. So I be eating the bread of idleness sometimes. I'm sorry. It's just too funny to me. I didn't look that up. I'm sure I could look up what that means, but just off intuition, it just seems, and knowing that there's a lot of metaphors in this good book, that's what I feel like it means. So I almost lost the light completely. So let me wrap up here. Her children arise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praiseth her. Like, a man who lifts up his woman, that's the ideal to me. I always felt like men who don't lift their women up, they don't love them. There's no way. If you even speak bad about the woman that you're with, that's not love, period. I don't care if people be like, no, that's just his style. No, there's no way. As much as men be having pride, that doesn't even make sense to me. So he praiseth her. That's really important. And so it says, many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. So this woman right here, she stands out. Okay. Yes, there's women doing lots of nice things all over, but this woman right here, she excelleth. She excelleth them all. Okay, so favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Most High, she shall be praised. And that's the part. Give her of the fruits of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. I mean, like, let it speak for itself. Like, she doesn't have to be loud about anything. She doesn't have to be out here stunting or anything like that. All she has to do is just let her works, let her life, and the results of her life speak for her, you know? And to me, the Proverbs 31 woman, that's a woman who's up there like this. And those women are hard to come by. That they straight up are. So I don't know what people, again, aspire to or what they're looking for in relationships, but to me, like, this is a divine feminine woman. This right here describes a divine feminine woman. I do think that this sets an example and a standard for what women can be in their highest divine feminine self, goddess self. Okay, so I just wanted to make that video. Again, I didn't want it to make it too long. I just wanted to talk about that because, again, I'm just the Empress in the tarot. I'll put the little card up here just because people don't always even be looking at the tarot, but the Empress, like, she is this. Like, this is how I envision the Empress, is this description, this Proverbs 31 woman. And I'm just really in that vibe. I'm just really in that vibe lately. So I wanted to make this video, and it is 420. Maybe that's why I ended up wearing green. But it's April 20th, so Earth Day is coming up. And I'm just in that really earthy Taurian vibe. Taurus season is around the corner. So if you watch this video, thank you as always. And I'm going to go now. Bye.